Why did you come forward?
I was waiting for my mother.
Ah, okay.
En français ou en anglais?
English, I suppose. Sauf si tu veux traduire.
Je pourrais pas, bah, je dois aller sur le terrain.
Ah, bon, d'accord.
Tu veux que je traduise?
Ah, ben après tout.
En anglais, c'est ça?
Ouais, tu veux. Oui, ça changera un peu. Tu je fais en français, tu fais en anglais?
Oui. La question après, c'est est-ce que je fais en simultané?
Oh non, il faut aussi, si tu viens ici, c'est mieux.
Tu préfères?
Ah bah oui. Sinon, je fais en anglais. Toi, tu préfères que je fasse en anglais?
C'est juste pour moi, c'est plus difficile la traduction.
Ah ah. Oh, je vais faire en anglais.
Simultané pour moi.
I'll try to do in English. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayana Namaskritya.
Naranam namaskritya.
Devim Chevam Narottamam. Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Devim Saraswati Vyasam.
Tato Jaya Mudiraye.
Tato Jaya Mudiraye.
Nastaprayesu Abhadaresu.
Nastaprayesu abhadaresu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavate Uttama Shloke.
Bhakti Uttama Shloke.
Bhakti Bhagavati Destiki.
Bhakti Bhagavati Destiki.
So, today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter
20.
20.
Sorry. Canto 8, chapter 20, verse 6.
Yes. Yes. First we have to read the 5 first.
Ah,
Then we
5
shall
and 6.
study- Yes, 6 is here. Okay. So I read the 5 and we'll study together the 6. So reading from verse 5. Naham bibeni nirayan nadanyat asukar nabat nastana shavanam rityor yata vipra prabalam banat. Translation: do not fear hell, poverty, and the shade of distress, fall down from my position, or even death itself, as much as I fear cheating a brahmana. This is Bali Maharaj speaking. Text 6. Yat yat dasyati lokesmin. Yat yat dasyati lokesmin. Samparitam danadikam. Samparitam danadikam. Tasyatyage nimitam kim. Tasyatyage nimitam kim. Vitrastu syenate nachet. Viprastu syenate nachet. Yatyadasyati lokesmin. Samparitam danadikam. Tasyatyage nimitam kim. Vitrastu syenate nachet. Yatyadasyati lokesmin. Samparitam danadikam. Tasatyage nimitam kim. Viprastu syenate nachet.
Paritam Dhanadikam
Paritam Dhanadikam
Satyage Tankim
Tasyachage Tankim
Vastushyam Natencha
Viprastushyam Natenachet Yadasya Lokesmi Samparitam Dhanadikam Tasyachage Nimitankim Viprastushyam Natenachet Yadasya Lokesmi
Kesmin
Samparitam Dhanadikam
Samparitam Dhanadikam
Tasyachage Nimitankim
Satyage
Viprastushyam Natenachet Yadasya Lokesmi Samparitam Dhanadikam Tasyachage Nimitankim
Yat Yat whatsoever Ashyati will live Loke in the world Asmin in this Samparitam one who is already dead Dhanadikam in wealth and riches Tasya of such wealth Tyage in renunciation Nimitam the purpose Kim what is Vipra the Brahmana who is confidentially Lord Vishnu Tushyet must be pleased Na is not Tena by such riches Set if there is a possibility Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada My Lord, you can also see that all the material opulences of this world are certainly separated from their possessor at death. Therefore, if the Brahmana Dev, is not satisfied by whatever gifts one has given, why not please him with the riches one is destined to lose at death? Purport. The word Vipra means Brahmana, and at the same time confidential. Bali Maharaj had confidentially decided to give the gift to Lord Brahmanadev without discussion. But because such a decision would hurt the hearts of the Asuras and his spiritual master, Sukra Acharya, he spoke equivocally. Bali Maharaj, as a pure devotee, had already decided to give all the land to Lord Vishnu. Om Ajnana Tirandasya Gyana Gyana Shalakaya Saksu Sumitam Gyana Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Vistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Svapatandikam E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopeta Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kachanago Rangi Radhe Brinda Vaneshvari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanshakalpa Karujascha Kripa Sindhu Vyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Bosat Bhaktamani Manipur Dasha Pada Sagini Pracha Interagati. Hare Krishna. Read the verse again. My Lord, you can also see that all the material opulences of this world are certainly separated from their possessor at death. Therefore, if the Brahmana Vamanadev is not satisfied by whatever gifts one has given, why not please him with the riches one is destined to lose at death? So, going on with the discussion or the talk between Bali Maharaj and his Gurudev Sukla Acharya. Actually, Bali Maharaj, on an ethical point of view, is in an awkward position because he is a gentleman Vaishnava. And as a gentleman Vaishnava, he doesn't want to hurt anyone, and especially his spiritual master. Although the spiritual master has been described already by Srila Prabhupada as a so-called spiritual master, in the way that the so-called spiritual master, the so-called guru, is acting in a non-Vaishnava way because he's giving all kind of advice, piece of advice, which is not to surrender at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Therefore, what kind of spiritual master that is? But still, Bali Maharaj, because he is very gentleman, mild in the heart, still he is trying to cope with the delicate situation in which he has to surrender to Lord Krishna, to Lord Vishnu, to Vamanadev, and the other side he has to act nicely towards his spiritual master. So yes, actually, although born in a Daitya family, that is to say, in a family of Asuras, still Bali Maharaj is a Vaishnava. Definitely is a Vaishnava. And to be a Vaishnava does not depend on one's birth. There are so many instances in our Sampradaya of devotees who have come from a lower birth, who have become exalted. Even in our ISKCON society, most of us, if not all of us, come from a lower birth because we come from families of Leksha, for most of us, and we have come to Vaishnavism late in our lifetime. So, but say, what is a Vaishnava? Definition of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava is someone who has surrendered to the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu. And who is Lord Vishnu? Lord Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is there any difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Vishnu? Not at all. Exactly the same. The only difference, if there is one, is actually Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam Bhagavan, and all the aspects, including all there are emanations coming from him, and Vishnu is one of his plenary expansions. Ete Chamsakala Pumsa, Krishnastu, Bhagavan, Swayam Bhagavan. Ramadi Murtishu Kalaya Renatistan, Nanav Avataram Kalatam Kim. let's say, the verse nicely from Brahma Samhita. Yes. Ramadimutishu kalayemanatistam nanavataram akarot bhuvene shukintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramam pumanyo govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the Primal Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the avatars of the world in the forms of Rama, Nishinga, Vamana, etc. As his portions, subjective portions. So no difference between Krishna and Vishnu. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotee is the one who has surrendered at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, as we said. Hare Krishna. And when we say surrender, this is the one who actually is applying in his life the command of Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharma Parijaja, Mam Ekam Charan Vraja. Just surrender unto me and avoid all kinds of varieties of religion, and just surrender unto me. I deliver you from all sins, do not fear. Ham Sarvam Papepyo. Papa means sin. Huh? And the criterion for such a Vaishnava who has surrendered unto Krishna is actually he has faith, he has Shraddha. Because in the process of Sharanagati, surrender to Lord Krishna, you have to have faith. And this is actually a very important criteria for a Vaishnava, to have full faith that his master, the Supreme Master, Lord Krishna, will protect him in all circumstances. A good master always protects his servant. And why not? Lord Krishna could not protect his devotee. And because the Vaishnava has full faith, therefore he can surrender at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, because Konteya Prajetanihi Nabe Bhakta Pranasyati, he knows that in all circumstances, Lord Krishna will never let him down. And again, we have so many examples in the scriptures in which the devotee has been saved in a very difficult situations. We may think of Prahlad Maharaj, who is actually the grandfather of Bali Maharaj, who was put in such dangerous situations by his father, Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu tried to kill Prahlad Maharaj in so many ways, putting him under a mad elephant's feet, yes, trying to poison him, trying to put him in the fire, and so on and so forth. Yes, but still, in any circumstance, Prahlad Maharaj was saved. And therefore, because the devotee is very faithful to Lord Krishna, he is surrendering. He knows that Krishna directly will take care of him in all respects. Now, here we have that Bali Maharaj has already decided in his heart that he will surrender to Krishna. He knows that the conclusion of the story already, he knows the story, that he will surrender to Lord Krishna. But still, he doesn't want to hurt anyone, because this is the tendency of the Vaishnava, to behave nicely with everyone, in all circumstances. But to behave nicely means also sometimes to speak boldly and to speak the truth. This is actually the way Vaishnava behaves. He has to speak the truth. But when you speak the truth, and especially we have to speak the truth when we preach. It's not that we are going to flatter all the persons we meet. Oh, you are very nice, Mr. or Madam, but go on with your sinful activities, no problem, you are the best, and take this book. No. Please take this book, but you have to know that the absolute truth is in this book, and to understand, to realize what is so nicely explained by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada in this book, you also have to make some effort. It's not that Krishna consciousness should be taken for granted. Yes, we are coming to you, offering you to take the book, which will be the opportunity for you to change your life, but it requests from you, from your good side, also to make some effort so that you can progress in spiritual life and change your life and see how happy you will become. So now, yes, there is an idea that Sukla Acharya is superior anyway, for the time being, to Bali Maharaj, because Bali Maharaj is a disciple and Sukla Acharya is a guru. Anyway, Bali Maharaj is putting himself, frankly speaking, from a spiritual point of view, in a very difficult situation. Because, in any case, no disciple should argue in any way with the spiritual master. When the spiritual master has said something, you should follow anyway, whether you like it or not. No one, in one sense, forces you to accept a spiritual master. You are coming to Krishna consciousness, we are coming to Krishna consciousness willingly. Of course, there are devotees, there are shastras, we are preached by nice, wonderful Vaishnavas, so that yes, we have the opportunity to change our life. Yes, it's better for us, much better for us, to come to Krishna consciousness, to accept a spiritual master. But no one will be behind us with a gun and say, okay, now you take a spiritual master or then kill you. No, of course not. But yes, coming to Krishna consciousness, the prospective disciple is testing the guru, and the guru is testing the prospective disciple, the candidate for initiation. And initiation, yes, the process of initiation is actually a contract between two souls, the spiritual master and the disciple. The disciple accepts to serve the spiritual master willingly, to be his menial servant, and he accepts to be guided by the spiritual master, and he accepts that he will have to receive instructions which he will have to follow. And the other side, the spiritual master accepts willingly to have the disciples and to take the karma of the disciple on his head, on his shoulders. And this is actually a great responsibility. Srila Prabhupada would suffer so much, and his disciples actually would ask him why would he suffer so much, because he suffered of the reactions of his disciples. So it's such a difficult task also. It's not that the spiritual master is happy or okay, I have disciples because I will be giving orders and I will be served anyway by my disciples. No, it's not that. It doesn't work like this. To be a spiritual master, to be a Guru Dev is such a responsibility. And it is not that easy. Far from being easy. Far from it. And so already we said Bali Maharaj is already, spiritually speaking, or as far as Vaishnava etiquette is concerned, is already in a difficult situation. He's wrong already. But now he's trying to solve the difficulty. As far as, let's say, normal standard in Krishna consciousness, we all have to respect superiors to us, superior to us. And there is always someone in our Vaishnava society who is superior to us. Superiority in Krishna consciousness may be accepted in 5 ways, 5 or 6 ways. The first way to be superior, to be junior on the other side to someone, is one should accept a superior if someone is really in the position of really to be advanced, to be an advanced devotee, although he may be young in age. For instance, Sukadev Goswami, speaking to Maharaj Parikshit on the bank of the river Ganges, he was only 16, and still he was accepted by all the sages, the great brahmanas, the great sadhus, as being obviously superior. Although he is the dear good son of the deliverer of the Veda, that is to say, yes. There is another aspect of superiority in spiritual life, superiority by the ashram. A sannyasi is accepted as the superior in any way compared to all ashrams. There may be most advanced grihasthas in our tradition, such as Bhaktivinoda Thakur and others, but still, a sannyasi is given a very special respect. And even Sarva Bhoma Bhattacharya, although responsible manager of the Jagannath Puri temple, although a very senior devotee, when he met the Lord, when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the first time, he was extremely respectful. And he treated him as a dearmost sannyasi. And it was with great respect that he still gave him instructions on the Vedanta. But still there, we come to another aspect of superiority. This is aspect number 3. Superiority in age. Generally speaking, in Vaishnava tradition, and in all traditions of the world actually, it is nice to give respect to elder people in age. Yes. This is respect. We give respect to father. We give respect in the family. We give respect to sisters and brothers of our father. And as Srila Prabhupada, at the time of Srila Prabhupada, there was his sister who was cooking for Srila Prabhupada. And what is his name again? I don't remember his name. Someone may remember. Pisita. Pishima. Yes, Pishima Mataji. And actually the devotees were, when she would come to cook for Srila Prabhupada, although she was not initiated in one sense in her lineage, still she would cook for Srila Prabhupada. And when she would come in the ISKCON temple, the devotees would think, oh, this is Srila Prabhupada wearing a sari actually. But anyway, she would cook for Srila Prabhupada, and as his elder sister, she would cook nicely for Srila Prabhupada, and devotees would give her much respect. Yes. There is also respect to be given to a superior as far as initiation is given. Someone who has come to us to Krishna consciousness, who has been initiated before us, as far as time is concerned, should be given also respect. Yes. And there is also respect to be given to a senior devotee when this senior devotee is considered to be senior by position or qualification. For instance, the temple president in any way although he may be junior in initiation or in age even, as long as he's the temple president, is in the position of being given such and such respect. Because the temple president is actually, in the line, the representative of Srila Prabhupada. And therefore, this is quite a great and a very strong responsibility. Representative of the Sampradaya, actually. And there may be a number 6 in qualification, as far as respect should be given for someone who is senior to us, senior in skills. For instance, when you have to deal with such and such topic, you have to be helped sometimes by someone who is very skilled in the matter. If you want to build a new temple, for instance, you have to be helped by, let's say, a good treasurer, someone who can manage the skills, who can manage the finance nicely, by bankers sometimes, by architects, obviously, and you have to accept, in one sense, their authority, although they may not be initiated devotees. And Srila Prabhupada himself, he would accept very humbly the good advice, the good piece of advice which was given by his physician, his doctor, who had given him the advice to walk such half an hour a day, I don't know, sometimes a day, at least, to maintain his heart in a good shape. So anyway, we have to accept superior. But the devotee will never be in the position to try to be superior to anyone. The devotee is trying to be junior and to be always the, let's say, the menial servant of everyone. There is a competition in Vaishnavism, and there is a competition among devotees, so has to be the one who is serving the most the others. And this obviously can create definitely a very good atmosphere in the society of devotees. Yes. Devotees always appear to be the servants of anyone, and in any position, one should be really the servant of others. I remember a very nice disciple of Bhakti Shahu Maharaj, and when I think of this disciple, I'm very sad because he left us 2 years ago, I believe. I can say his word. I can say his name in front of the deity because his name is actually what is the name of
Vishnubai?
no, not Vish. Oh yes, Vishwambar, of course. Hare Krishna, Vishwambar Prabhu. no, Vishveshwar Prabhu. Vishveshwar Prabhu. You may not know him, of course not. But he joined ISKCON in France, actually. His name was Bhakta Bernard, long time ago, 40 years ago. And Bhakta Bernard was visiting the Arbrasway, the restaurant we had together in ISKCON Paris, long time ago. And after some time, he went, he had his service in Radhadesh, Belgium, and Vishveshwar Prabhu has been giving donations to the Paris Yatra practically till the end of his life. He would give a small donation. And actually, Bhakta Bernard, who became Vishveshwar Prabhu, also his service in Radhadesh was to be the one who was cleaning the temple. He has done this service all his lifetime as a devotee long. And this is really impressive. Because actually, he was a mathematics teacher in his previous life, and he had a strong head. And when we would discuss together, he always had strong philosophical points. But still, because he could not really, he was happy in this service. He could do many other things, and he was a very nice book distributor. But still, his pleasure would be to clean the temple every day, and he's done it for almost 40 years. And if someone would tell him how to do, or would try to take the broom from him, he would not be very happy at all. But he was such a kind heart. So therefore, you see, this is really the position of a Vaishnava. And when he left his body, frankly, I was sad, because such a good heart and a wonderful Vaishnava. He was actually radiant. So to speak, so far as Vishwambara Prabhu also is concerned, when he was he used to be a sannyasi, and to say something about him, he never fell down from the position of sannyasi, never, because actually he was a very strict and austere Vaishnava, very strict. But as far as ISKCON is concerned, he could not go on really in the sannyas order of life, because his position and his mood was to be like the position of Gorakishore Das Babaji, that is to say, the one who is in the mood of austerity, tapasya. He was extremely austere. He would wake up very early in the morning, and he would chant many rounds. He would spend hours in chanting rounds. And of course, for some times he was sannyasi, and he would preach. But by the circumstances of life, he had to come back to Canada. And then his mood was to remain as chanting Hare Krishna more or less all the day long, studying Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures. Then he came back as a temple president in Canada, in Montreal for some times, but he really was not in the position of falling down from the position of sannyasi. But because he was not an active preacher, and the sannyasi in ISKCON is in the first time a preacher, then it was better for him to renounce the sannyas order of life. But definitely, he was such an austere and wonderful Vaishnava. So it was not, yes, it leads us a little far away from our verse, but still from this verse we can say, or we can remember, that in all circumstances we have to be very careful on the way we behave with other Vaishnavas. And we see that Bali Maharaj was in a difficult position because he was challenging his guru, but he tried at least to challenge him in a very palatable way. But then he would go on arguing, and then, as we shall see later, that is the other part of the story, Sukracharya will curse him, or you are challenging me, you are arguing with me, therefore I curse you. And therefore, if he is cursed, in one sense, the guru is giving the key to Bali Maharaj, and unknowingly maybe, giving him the key to fully surrender to Vamanadev. So in one sense, the guru, although he may be a fallen guru, because a non-Vaishnava guru is a fallen guru, still, as a guru, he would give the key to super Krishna consciousness, Sharanagati, surrender at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Lord Vamanadev, Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Prabhupada. Any questions or comments, Prabhu? Yes.
Thank you for the class and the points about this level of superiority, how to consider it. I have two questions regarding this. First, in the different example or stages
Yes.
or system.
Categories.
Categories. Yeah, categories. Which one are superior to another? Is it like this? There are some categories that are higher than another one. And second of all, yeah, let's start with this.
This is a trick.
And maybe we can take a little example from temple life. When it's time of an arati, let's say Mangalarati, it's time to offer the lamp to the devotees.
Yes.
In my mind at least, it's always like, okay, with whom I should start,
Yes.
you know? Because
Yes.
you may not know the initiated devotees, who was first initiated. Then, you know, if there is sannyas in the room, okay, but
Yes.
if there are two sannyasis in the room, you know?
Yes.
So many tricks.
Yeah. So Krishna will give you the answer but it's a little tricky question. I would say, yes, definitely sometimes, yes, among sannyasis, there may be also a question of interiority. If there is some sannyasis and you may know their story in Krishna consciousness, you would give the lamp first, or you would offer the lamp first to the most senior sannyasi. For instance, if there is Umapati Maharaj in the room and another, let's say, Swami, then I would say that definitely would offer the lamp to Umapati Maharaj, who is a very, very senior sannyasi, because he is one of the very first initiated by Srila Prabhupada, in the very first ceremony of initiation in New York. But then raises the question between if there is your spiritual master in the temple room, what to do? When I would offer the lamp to my spiritual master and then to Umapati Maharaj. The spiritual master, in any way, is the one who is to be honored first. And then by level, let's say, level of seniority, if there is a senior sannyasi, yes. And yes, spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada first. Spiritual master second. Seniority among devotees after. And the temple president, if you're not the temple president, there is a temple president, is to be an authority, let's say, after the senior Vaishnavas, I would say. The very senior Vaishnavas, then I would offer to the temple president. But it's a very tricky question, and you know what? I will make strong research on it, so that we can have, yes, I would answer more clearly in the next class. Because this is my first thinking, but I will have to check, and I will tell you next time we speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. Or Krishna Kripa Prabhu, do you have any idea on the matter?
Well, if you offer it to your spiritual master, he will let you know if he wants to offer it to somebody else. So
Yes,
it's all safe.
that's the best answer. Yes, obviously, yes.
And then of course the highest thing is realization, and therefore Shukadeva Goswami was speaking to all these other people like Oho and Narada and Vyasadeva, and now he was considered especially highly realized internal in knowledge of Krishna.
Yes, spiritual elevation is definitely the criteria.
One thing is that there's a website, sp.org, ISKCON.com. So if you're wondering when a Prabhupada disciple is initiated, you can just look them up at sp.krishna.com. So
Yes.
you make sure you know who was initiated before. Yes.
There are some sannyasis in ISKCON, or unfortunately he has left his body now, but there was one sannyasi who had received first initiation, second initiation, and sannyasi initiation within 3 months' time. This is practitioner's fund. So definitely it's a very special sannyasi, although he joined Krishna consciousness in 1976. And in one sense, he's a junior devotee among Prabhupada disciples. So definitely it's a tricky question. We have to make research on it. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving me the question. I don't have the full answer. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Krishna Charan Prabhu.
Thank you very much for the interesting class.